Well, I've always cooked. I used to make the mashed potatoes growing up in the family, since I was Irish Catholic. It was my job. Mashed potatoes every night. I think it was the only compliment I ever got from my dad was, "Oh, you make good mashed potatoes." I still make them. I grew up around a lot of American Italians and Portuguese, and next to San Francisco, and great food in the Bay Area, Sonoma County, Marin. So we did eat out at good restaurants sometimes, so I got experience some authentic things, and we'd cook at home a little bit growing up, more as I got older. And the older I got, the more and more I would take on the cooking, and read a lot of cookbooks. And as I worked in San Francisco as a hairstylist for Vidal Sassoon, I had tips in my pocket and eat around town. If there was an open kitchen, yeah, wow, and the action, watching all that, and it's like, man, I'd rather do that than work on these ladies, you know, and wouldn't have to interact with these ladies, I could interact with the food, and so I'd go home and cook, and more cookbooks. But when I started in restaurants, after I got out of hair, I was a vegetarian, so it made it a little tricky, because I didn't want to work in just like hippie restaurants. And I did work in some of those. And so a couple of those were kind of interesting, but I wanted to cook for regular people too, stuff you'd see in magazines and books, and you know. So when I first did start working in some of those kind of restaurants, like good, authentic, non-vegetarian restaurants, I still was a vegetarian though, so I was trying to scoot around the edges and work the pantry, do the desserts, the breads, the pastas, but I still did know how to make some things that weren't vegetarian, so they'd go like, "Oh yeah, Robert, come over here," they get busy, "do the risotto." So I could go over, and then they're kind of impressed, like, "Oh, you can make the risotto," or grill something if it needed it. I opened my own place, and at that point changed over from being a vegetarian, because I had to taste everything, slowly start eating everything, but had to kind of relearn and learn, and I still am. And so I'm constantly studying, and it evolved from more than just Italian was the main thing at first, to what I now call global home cooking. And so I keep learning more at that, and I really like that a lot, because I'm constantly finding new things. So it's like eating at another restaurant for me too. More Middle Eastern, Moroccan, Spanish, Portuguese, wherever else, you know. So it's an ongoing venture, yeah.